See, this is just a visual right here. How they have made David, turned them into this idol in Christianity, or this idol in Hebrew Christianity. Because if you are up under the Hebrew teachings and still acknowledge and adhere to the New Testament, you're just a Hebrew Christian. Same story. Nothing has changed. There's no different. Black or white, it's the same story, same person, right? So this is what it looks like. They turned David into Christ by combining and making the story similar, that David will rise from the dead, or he can, because the scripture says David, and they not trying to put it together or understanding that it's talking about a descendant. But you know what? They know what they doing. The ones who are pushing the indoctrination that is David, the original David is coming back. Guess what? They're agents. Guess what? They warlocks and witches. Guess what? They were planted. They were sent. Guess what? That's also prophesized. Guess what? That is what the COINTELPRO was all about, right? You understand the COINTELPRO? J. Edgar Hoover. Since they couldn't find out who was the so-called Black Messiah, they said we're going to just create our own. So this is why when certain powerful leaders that were legit, right, they took them off the face of the earth. Let's just say, like, what's my man name? Fred Hampton, right? He wasn't necessarily, into the ways of Yahya, but he was powerful enough and seemed like he had a good head on his shoulders to where if he did learn, he would turn that way, got rid of him quick. And he was only, what, 20? He was 20, he was young, right? But the the leaders that they put in place was like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all these influencers today, your nature boys, right? They put them in place, exploit them for their own selfish reasons and purposes. Then when they're done with them, trashes them, get rid of them. Who does that? The Amalekite Edomites, the powers that be, the Illuminati boys. Them, they do it. We calling them out by name. You ever heard that corrupt song? Yeah, like I'm calling out names. This is what we doing here. We call them. We let them be known. Yahya calls them out. You're a servant of Yahya. Call them out, right? Get under the cloak of Yahya. It's the house of David out right here, man. We not running from nothing. We telling them what it is, man. Get under Yahya. He is salvation. Understand what has been going on throughout history, right? America is the promised land. We're going to sidebar right now, right? America is not a state, it's a country filled with other countries of the ancient ruins, your Babylons, Persia, Canaan, Jerusalem, all that, right? Like it's filled with them old ancient ruins, them old ancient countries is here in America, right? So this is why the Theodore Herz movement took place. Theodore Herz heard about William Crowdy waking up and telling the people in America that they are the true Jew at the time, right? The true Israelites. And that was in 1896. And guess what he did in 1896? He hosted a private meeting like, oh no, the Negroes are waking up. We must do something. What did they do? Eventually, they created fake Israel in the Mid East, took all the artifacts and everything and planted what they planted scrolls and scripts and artifacts, gold, all kind of things there. Created an Egypt over there. Created everything because over there it looks a little bit familiar to here. If you look at the maps, turn it upside down, do that. You know what I'm saying? It looks a little familiar, but it don't fit. Biblically, it don't fit. According to the word, it don't fit. Things are not in place. They're not in position. Just gotta research and look hard. And people are talking about it. It's not just me. You know? So if you understand your enemy and you know who your enemy is, because they are exploiting. They've been exploiting. They always exploit you. They have put us against one another. They have created the dividers. They have took full advantage of the curses, the signs, and conditions of your people, and we see it clearly. We don't like one another. Black men hate black woman hate hate black men. We see it. We see what's going on with our kids, how they so corrupted the 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 transition that they're going. We see Chicago, we see Memphis, we see Alabama, we see Florida, we see how our people is. We see it. We see LA. We see it. We see how we are, what we have become. We see where we have left, and we see where we have landed. We see it. All we gotta do is really acknowledge it and consider it. Then you must put it all together and see how they have exploited us. And they've been doing it, still doing it. We must wake up. The remnant, I know all is not, but at least the remnant has to wake up and grab their cojones, man, and really understand that it's very serious to turn back to Yahweh only, right? Leave false indoctrination alone. Leave false doctrines alone. Leave false spiritualities alone. Leave Africa alone. Just return to Yahweh and let Him fulfill and play things out. For that's what He's going to do. They turned David into an idol. They turned David into Christ. Return to Yahweh. He'll make everything right. Just hear the message. Walk with me. It's about Yahweh, not the person. It's about Yahweh, not the person. Again, it's about Yahweh, not the person. It's about Yahweh, not the person. One more time. Say it with me. It's about Yahweh, not the person.